Here's the completed stitching for the cover. So I just kind of randomly stitched running stitch along this side, which will be the inside. I drew a few out with my water-soluble pen and then took this on a weekend trip. Every year, my husband and his twin brother and myself and the twin brother's wife go on a weekend away together to celebrate their birthday. It's just kind of their standard birthday gift from us. And so that was this weekend. So I took this and worked on it while we all sat around chatting and catching up a little bit in between games of Mahjong. So I'm happy with this. The fabric is kind of, it's going to need some trimming as we work, but that's okay. So, things I have learned. These linen napkins are not perfectly square. That might be a bit of an issue because my plan is to stitch this together all the way around the outside using blanket stitch, and hopefully it's forgiving enough that I can kind of tug it to fit. But you can see how the sides are not matching up perfectly. That's probably just a result of it not being perfectly square, and also probably a result of the stitching drawing things in different ways. Trying to get a good, there we go. That's much better. So before I stitch that, I think I'm going to sew the inside pages together. I have this bit of linen. Let's see, I guess I'm holding this. It's gonna go like this. So as I've mentioned before, I am just figuring this out as I go. I'm certain that there are better ways I could have set this up, but I wanted to just get started. Kind of measuring the spine here. And I'm going to give myself extra room so I can turn it under if I need to. That side is not straight. Okay, first of all, I am going to cut this off. And I'm going to line these all up and grab my clamps. Let's make sure that you can see. Just want to make sure that everything lines up and that we are, when I stitch these all together, I won't be missing any pages. I think the best option is going to be to stitch these together somewhat loosely first, and then stitch this onto my spine and onto here. This is what I think. I have never done this before in this way. It could be a disaster. There may be some of you who are yelling at your screens right now, telling me what you think I should be doing. So, what do you think I should be doing? Now that it's come down to it, I'm still just going to get started and see. So, you see, yes. I'm just going to go through all these as far toward the edge as I can while still getting all of them. It's going to be kind of a slow, careful process here. I'm not too terribly concerned about this being perfect. Obviously, the whole book is handmade. It's not going to suddenly start looking like it's not handmade. Especially because I'm the one doing it. I'm just doing running stitch fairly close together, and I'm trying not to pull it too tightly. I am also keeping in mind that this book is not going to get a lot of use. I will look through it, of course. But it's not like, I've made quiet books for my kids before out of felt or other fabrics, and those need to be extra sturdy because tiny hands are going to be playing with all the parts and pieces. But that is not what this is. This will never go through the washing machine or really have much wear and tear at all. It will mostly just be sitting on a table, or maybe some other way of displaying it, but still doesn't need to be particularly strong. So the nice thing about just starting on something is now that I have been stitching this a little bit, I think I have an idea for attaching it to the cover. Which I will show you in a minute, and we will see together if that actually works. Okay, so that is all stitched together now. It's just right along the edge, and I was just really careful to make sure all of the pages were stuck in. So I don't know that I'll even need this little piece that I grabbed. I think what I'm going to do, I need to figure out the spacing, but I think I will just stitch through maybe in a couple of places. Originally I was thinking it might need to be every page, but I don't think it will. So I need to figure out how I want this to go. I'm thinking it will be easier. It's going to be the best way to do that. So here are the benefits, right? If I do it just through this, it won't show here. So that could be a style choice. I could choose to have it show like a spine, or choose to not have it show. I'm leaning toward not showing. So then I would just stitch the book to the inside cover and then stitch all the way around to complete the whole cover. So that's what I'm doing. I still need to figure out how I want this laid out. So this is going to wrap around. And because it's soft, it's pretty forgiving. I am still a little bit worried about that. I guess I could cut it if I need to. That's true. I could cut it. So I think I want it like that. Maybe a little bit this way. No, I want it the other way. Yep, just like that. So that will be stitched here, and then you'll open it like this, and then you can flip through the pages. I have my little heat erasable pen here, so I'm just going to very quickly mark where I want the spine to be. Maybe I'll sew through in a few places. I'm still using this rayon thread. And let's see. It does not need to be that way. So this, I'm choosing to do this page because it is not as secure as the others. It just was a little bit shorter, and so it didn't get caught up as well in the stitching I did. Just verifying. This is not necessarily going through all of the layers. I have 2 pages over on this side that it won't be going through. I'm thinking it more as sewing kind of through this spine rather than through all of the pages. Okay, so that's all stitched on now. I just did a couple of places. And you can kind of see the stitching. I tried to keep it kind of loose. Okay, that's finished. It's pretty strong and sturdy. And I'm really happy with that for a first project with you. I've already been brainstorming what I'd like to do for the next Slow Stitch project, and I'm really excited about it. Next week we will have just kind of a one-off. I need to make a pouch to keep my journaling supplies in. I know need, that's strong, but I will tell you more about that next week. So we'll be doing a larger Slow Stitch pouch. And then after that, I'm going to start a project that I am really excited about. I am still working on a name for it, but essentially it will be less abstract like this project was and more landscape based. So I decided to stitch landscapes that are important to me throughout my life. So places that my family goes traditionally every year, or places that have significance to me in some way. And it will still be slow stitch type work, but less abstract and more representational to some extent. So I'm excited to start working on that. So that will start 2 weeks from today. And I look forward to seeing you there. Happy stitching!